Hello everyone, it's Frank again, and today we are playing Decently Bad Tower Defense. Yeah, that's the actual name of the game, although you would not know it because on the title screen it does not say it at all. I'd also, however, like to point out that at the bottom right of the screen it says trial version, but there was only one version available on Steam. I did go back and read pretty much the description on Steam and the bio and all that. And apparently this is the first game the developers ever made, and they admit themselves it's not a fully polished game. So first things first, let's address why I'm doing a voiceover on this one, just like the last game. Mainly the audio in this game was pretty much just completely quiet the whole time, other than a few sounds here and there when you would build towers or finish a level when it got very loud. But other than that, it was kind of quiet. And honestly, it feels better just fast forwarding the gameplay and voicing over it. That way you guys can see a little bit more of the gameplay. The game is your most basic tower defense. The balls are the bad guys. They walk through the path. They spawn at the green box. You have to stop them from getting to the red box. To do that, you build 3 different towers. They cost different amounts and can be upgraded. And for every ball that gets to the red box, you lose a life. You only have 10 lives. It's pretty simple and easy to understand for just about anyone. After losing a couple times, I figured out a strategy. I would put down as many of the cheapest towers as possible, not upgrading them, and not the middle tower or the expensive tower or anything like that. Just putting them down in mass. Once I figured that out, I didn't lose again, all the way to level 5 where I stopped playing because I was really bored. So much so that in the last few levels I began wasting my money trying to see if I could fill out the entire map with towers, which, by the way, I did succeed at towards the end of the video. With that being said, I think it's time I begin the actual review portion of the video. First of all, the graphics. Now, this game looks very plain. There's nothing out of this world in the graphics department. But I will say, they chose a theme and they stuck to it. It was beautiful in its simplicity, and I really couldn't find a single glitch in those graphics. This may not be a AAA quality title game quality, but they are what they set out to be. And that's all that really matters. I'm only giving it a 4 because I found the fact that the ring that comes out when you click on a tower or building a tower, it flickers. And that's extremely annoying to me, but for all I know that was a creative choice as opposed to it being done by mistake. Now for gameplay. Similar to my last review, this game isn't a genre that has been around for a while. Hell, I remember playing tower defense games back in my Warcraft days, when I was just a little kid. But again, just like last game, this one felt like they were on the right track, but just ended up short. Now, after reading the description, I see this game was the developer's first try at making a game, so I can give them the benefit of the doubt on the features and stuff they're missing, but there's something I cannot overlook. That is the fact that I was able just to spam the cheapest tower and beat half the game without really needing to do any strategy at all. Even if in the very next level the strategy wouldn't work, it still had bored me to the point where I didn't want to play the game anymore. Because of this, I give it a 2 on gameplay. Controls were simple, and that's really good enough for this game as it is right now. It's point and click. There really isn't much room to mess that up. You can play it with one hand. I guess if the game had more towers or was more difficult or more features, you could add in key bindings, but at this point it would just be a waste of time to add those in. So for controls, I give it a 5. Holding my attention is probably the most difficult category I have in my reviews, and a lot of games fail this category. I would like to say this isn't one of them and that I played this game for hours and hours, but I would be lying if I said that. The game got extremely boring once I figured out the simplest of strategies ever, which is apparently game breaking. I think I lost 1 or 2 lives after figuring the strategy out, and that's just unacceptable. Because of that, I give it a 0 in this category. So that leaves us with this overall score of 2.7. It's not a great game. I would probably not recommend it to anyone unless they're trying to learn what a tower defense game is for the first time. But with a little more work and polish, I can see this becoming better. Also, if this is really the developer's first game, that is pretty impressive because other than a few hiccups here and there, it's not really all that bad, and all the parts that are pretty bad can be pretty easily fixed. So I'm pretty hopeful about this company. I think they'll do good in the future. Hopefully I see them again. As always, if you enjoy this type of content, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to watch me when I play these games live, go follow me on Twitch. I'm on there pretty sporadically and I play these type of games. Thanks for watching.